Okay, so let's jump in because we have about 30 minutes and we need to get this. I've got a lot to cover. So I just wanted to show you all too on your dashboard. So if you're looking at your dashboard, how to get into events like this. If you'll notice, there's my slider. Right underneath it, it'll say Marketing Mondays, YFP Basic Training, and Networkers University. It gives you all the dates and times, and there's an Enter Class button at the bottom of each of them. If you can't find the link to get into any of these types of events or these specific events, log into your dashboard, and all you have to do is click on the Enter Class button, and it will load up Zoom instantly to get you into that specific meeting. Of course, you have to be at the right date and time, because if it's Networkers University, I'm not going to be there on Friday. Sorry, guys. So just if you wanted to know how to get into the link, so if you're watching on Facebook, and you want to join us in the Zoom room for today for Marketing Monday, log into your dashboard, click on Enter Classroom, and you will get put. You'll be prompted to get put straight into the Zoom room with us here. So let's talk about, this is what's coming up for you guys. So let's talk a little bit about what's coming up for your prospects to come to. Of course, we have the tax benefits that employees never get with Patty Reese on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And for those of you who caught Patty last year talking about what you can write off by having a business like this and how you can use it for your tax, for your income tax to get a better return or to lessen the amount that maybe you'd have to pay back. Her event had the highest attendance rate all year long. So this is going to be another great one. So if you know of those people who might want to get more back on their tax returns and might not know how to do it, they could figure out what type of tax benefits that many people who just work at a job don't get. And again, it's not saying that we're saying people shouldn't work at jobs. I still work at a job, but having an extra way to get a better return on your tax return is always a benefit. And so it works really good in conjunction if you are an employee as well. So this is a good thing to pass out to people who are employees and maybe have never thought that they could even get a better tax return because they just didn't know. So she's going to have a power-packed info event on Wednesday night, which I'm very excited about. I love working with Patty, and she is a tax professional. She actually does do taxes for people and prepares taxes, so she understands it inside and out. One thing to keep in mind, because Patty doesn't know Canadian tax law, it's going to be very US centric, which is great, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just something for us up north to keep in mind that most of it will apply, but there might be a couple little tweaks here and there that won't. So it's important too that we know what our actual tax laws are for each specific country. But either way, the information is going to be fantastic and very much valid for both. Okay. The other one too, we already got our March Wellness webinar up and running, which is the straight science of prenatal nutrition with Dr. Sunny Park. And so we've been working together with Dr. Park to put this amazing presentation together. So if you know of people, and for those, this is another shout out I wanted to do too, was to Samantha Armstrong. She put out a very, just a question post of asking her friends list, is there anyone who is looking to have a baby or is it expecting? And that's all she put out. And she got some tremendous feedback where now she has like 50 or 60 people that she gets to reach out to invite them to this, provided that of course they are looking to have one. And you can definitely tell who in your friends list is looking for that type of thing, and where you are in life, because mine was very much, I think one person. The rest of us are on the we're done. The we're done side, but that's a good way to as well. So if you know somebody who is looking to maybe get pregnant or is expecting, this could be a great event to invite them to as well. The information is going to be phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. The other thing too that you may want to start, actually not even you would want to start. talking about. We have the new article out from last week. Has anyone had a chance to read the new wellness article, The 6 Ways We Used to Supplement Our Diet? So this is going on ancient ways. Yes, actually, Diane, that's a very good point. For those who maybe are in the past, not looking to have any more children, may have children or even grandchildren who are getting ready to start a family. So that's a very good point there. And yes, that read was really interesting. My favorite one was the mead. I thought that was just hilarious. It's a very good article and one that you can definitely start sharing. And it is in the weekly newsletter that goes out this week. So if you haven't sent out your weekly newsletter yet, it is ready in the broadcast queue under the marketing tab. Or if you don't have the auto send, you'll have to go to email campaigns and create it as per what we did before we had the auto email send out. And if you're not sure how to do that, I did do a training on last Friday, on how to use the auto scheduler for the email broadcast and how to send it out. So it'll be in the Facebook group. And actually, if I go to the Facebook group, I can actually show you exactly where to find it so that you know how to rewatch it, because I won't be covering that today, just due to time. So I'll get that loaded up for you guys so you can see that's coming out. And then we also had the product spotlight. So this is where you can promote the replays that we did. We did the product spotlight on the CoQ Heart product last week with Maura, and it was fantastic. And let me just share my other screen so that I can show you guys where to find the replay screen to. I've just about got this dual screen thing down, I think. All right. So if you're in the Facebook group, you'll end up on discussions where you see everybody. But if you notice on the left-hand side, there's the tabs. If you come down to units and you click on units, whoops, let me close that. There we go. Then you'll be able to see all of our different units. There's the Start Here. All of the bootcamp series is in here. And then there's the Basic Training 101 in Unit 3. So when you click on that, unfortunately, when I send a link, it doesn't send a link to that specific unit. It'll send it to the whole units category. But if you click on See More, you'll be able to find all of the trainings, the basic trainings that we've done, and the email broadcast will be in there. And if it's not in there, it will be in there very soon. We just have to move it over. Okay, so now let me go back here and I'll bring us back to my other screen. This dual screen thing is getting more and more handy as I get comfortable with it. Okay, what else is new that we need to cover here? I think that about covers it. So one thing we wanted to chat about today was social funnels. Now we know that there's many people on social media. It's easier than ever to connect with people via social media. And one thing that we've been working on, let me just spotlight that, there we go, is what we're calling the YFP social funnels. And we actually got this idea from Bob, a conversation that Bob had with Joe Carden from HQ. So I just want to talk a little bit about this because we're putting this together. We're going to run it from April till conference time. And sorry, I'm having that screen share problem again. There we go. So sharing, we want to have it run from April till conference. And the idea is it's a growth program designed to speed up your guys's, which is our YFP members' ability to attract prospects to the top of their funnels and getting them into your world. So the top of our funnels are like getting them, into your world and seeing what you're doing through the Exploring the Opportunity group and the Discover Shackley group. So we're going to run a pilot test. We were going to start it in March, but we just needed a little bit more time for promo. So we're actually going to start it from April till August, and we'll invite the members to participate. And the goal of this program is to help you guys, our members, get 1 new builder a month and 3 new customers a month. And so the flow is, we have the members' social spaces, so your social spaces. We have the Exploring the Opportunity, the Discover Shackley group, lead magnets, member list, and that's how it would go. So it's a matter of getting people from your social spaces into the groups, into your lead magnets, and onto your list. And how we're working to do that is we want to do, one is a live stream, a living proof story every other week. So we're going to start that on, if I grab my calendar here so I remember where we are, that's always helpful. Actually, I'll use this calendar because it's easier. Starting April 6th. And so the idea is that we have a specific speaker who's had a fantastic living proof story. We're going to call them living proof stories in line with what Shackley's been talking about for the Prove It Challenge. And just let me know, you guys, are you seeing the right screen? Are you seeing the OneNote? Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the screen. I'll make sure that I'm sharing. Yeah, okay, I got it. I got it. And so we'll promote, we'll set up promos for it, posts that you can do. And the idea is that you guys as members also use those posts and promote them. And sharing it from the side of, you know, this is what I've been doing. Here's my friend Rena, who's also had a great health transformation using these products. She's going to be speaking on, you know, April. I'm not actually, what's the word? I'm not recruiting you on this one there, Rena. So this is just a tester. This is just make believe. But my friend Rena is going to be sharing her fantastic transformation story, or health transformation story, of how she became living proof on April 6th. Yeah, April 6th. If you'd like to join in, reach out to me and I can get you into, you know, so you can catch that. And so we're utilizing, working as a team to bring more people in by sharing little snippets of that. I hope I'm really explaining this well. I don't know if I'm doing a good job explaining it. I've got it in my head, but sometimes my delivery isn't always the best. So let me know if this is making any sense at all. And if it's not, that's okay. We'll refine it. But the idea is that we have, I think it's 8 people from the Shackley field who've had tremendous stories. And actually, I think Auntie Peggy is going to be our first one, where she's going to share it, and then we're going to talk about it and bang the drum on this event. So we're taking our transformation stories and just putting more of a focus on them to get people to hear these stories and hear these transformations. And so if you're wanting to be a part of this, whether you have a story, a transformation story that you'd like to share, or you just want to be part of it so that you can attract people to it, there are a few criteria for it. You have to be on top of the posting for sure. I mean, we can't post on your personal page, obviously. So you'll have to make sure that you're in charge of taking that post and posting it into your personal page to share it. And as we get closer and get the actual post together, we'll be able to show you a little easier what it's going to look like. But that's the living proof. And then we're also doing a business type one as well, which will be on the alternating Mondays. So every week we're going to have an event like this, and we're going to alternate from wellness to business, all the way till conference. And the business one is the first one is on the 13th. April's a long ways away, so I never remember where we are. And that's where same thing. We're doing curiosity posts. We're calling it a sneak peek story. And each of the live streams are only going to be 15 minutes. It will be interview style. So Maura is going to be the interviewer for the wellness one. I'm going to be the interviewer for the business ones. And I believe they're going to be broadcasted at 8:30 p.m. on Mondays. And again, 15 minutes, we're going to keep it very short, but just letting people sneak peek into what this opportunity has to offer people and what it has done for people. And then we get to utilize that as well, be able to invite people to that and really use it as a top of funnel system to get people into our world. and really understanding. So we were talking about this last week on how we could do it, because a lot of the idea is that, we have a picture of ourselves and we're out doing things in the middle of the day that most people don't get to do because they're, either they're have that 9 to 5, they don't get the opportunity to do that and share a little story about it. But if I'm going to pick on you again, Rena, just because I can see you first in my video feed. But using Rena as an example, she could share her story, and then I would share, this, how it relates to me. I'm so grateful that I've been able to do this, this, and this. My friend Rena also does the same thing, and this is what it has offered her in her life. She's going to be speaking about it on Fill In Date and Time. If you'd like to hear more about, the possibilities that are out there, then you can invite them to the Explore the Opportunity group. So that's a very basic synopsis, and I probably didn't explain that as elegantly as I could have, but it looks like you guys get the picture and get the idea. So there you go. You got it. Fantastic. Okay. I always get nervous when I explain things because it makes sense in my head, but I don't know if it makes sense the way that I say it. So that's fantastic. So we're very excited about that. So if you want to be a part of it, whether you want to be a presenter, be the actual person doing the interview on the Monday night, or if you just want to be a part of it and be able to invite people to it, you can reach out. You can reach out to me or Maura. So if it's business related, please reach out to me. If you want to do the business side of it, if you want to do the wellness side, please reach out to Maura, and we will go over what the process is. And then if there's questions or anything like that, you can ask, we can answer, explain to you what the posting schedule is going to be like as well. So we're going to really promote this and use it as just a nice social gathering to be able to utilize social media at the same time, where people don't feel that, where it feels more social is pretty much what I'm trying to get at. So yeah, so I'd like to hear, what are your thoughts on that? Are you excited about it? So we need to be using YFP postings. You could just take the postings that we have and copy them, because on your social, like on your personal profile, obviously we can't do that. So you would have to do the save the picture as, copy the text, and then paste it. But that's how that would roll on your personal social spaces. And then we'll create posts too that would go for your other, like your fan page and groups and all that good stuff. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Yes, okay, that's great, Nicole. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that. So yeah, it's just a way that we can all congregate together and utilize each other, work together as a team to bring people in by sharing each other's stories. So we're very excited about that. Now, one thing that I would love to share with you guys today, because I was doing this with a new YFP member, and I wasn't sure if everyone else knew about this. So this comes to the email marketing. So our email went out today. Our newsletter obviously went out last week. So if you're wanting to see and utilize the analytics, I just wanted to share this with you guys. So if you're on your dashboard and you go to email campaigns and you come up to the email marketing and you pick a campaign you want to see, who's clicked on it, who bounced, who unsubscribed, all that good stuff, which we've gone over. So this is a good time, if you can and you have an extra screen, or if you want to minimize me, that's fine, where you can follow along so you can see what's been happening. And now obviously the one for this week just went out today, so there might not be a lot happening on it yet, but check last week's, where you click on the actual name of the campaign. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. And you're going to come to the analytics page. Now, there we go. And you'll see a graph first. And if you go to detailed statistics, so you'll be able to see up front how many clicks, or how many people opened, how many clicks, all that good stuff. But if you click on detailed statistics, and I know we've done this before, you'll see a list of everybody that opened. Now, there's this cool function, and I don't remember if I've showed this to you. There's this export button right here. So if you're wanting to follow up with people who have opened, follow up with people who have bounced, maybe you actually are able to contact them for a phone number, whichever one of these you click on at the top, there's going to be that export button. If you click on the export button, it's going to download that list of just those people. So you don't have to keep running in to your analytics to grab that information if you want to follow up with people. It'll be right there. It'll give you a list of everybody that has opened it. It'll tell you how many times they opened it. I believe it gives you the date and times that they opened it. You get lots of really good data from here. But these are good ways that you can just keep this information, follow up without having to log back in all the time to find out who did what. All the information's there and you can trace it back with your back office. This will mostly be for people in your back office who might be dormant or have been dormant in the past, or they changed their email address, something like that, where you can still touch base with them. So, I'm not sharing it. I forgot to click the actual share button. There we go. So that's what it will look like. It'll come up as an Excel. I had it ready to go. I just didn't click the blue one. So it'll come up as an Excel sheet, and you can follow up with people who maybe they're, this is the one who's open. So if it's people who've opened it and they open it consistently, you can reach out to them, ask them, if they're getting the emails, how do they like them, all those things, just to get conversation going. The other part too, so same thing with the bounces. If you click on the bounces, which I don't have any bounces at the moment, but if you did have bounces, again, you can export that list. You'll have that name. If you have any unsubscribed, same thing. So if it's people that you know really well and they unsubscribed, you can just check with them. Again, same thing. Ask them if they're getting it, how they're liking it, and get that feedback from them. Okay, so I hope that was a good little nugget of help for you guys, because it's a little easier to manage, learn something new. Fantastic. And you're welcome, Patricia. I'm very happy that we were able to show that. Awesome, that's great. I'm glad you guys like it. Yeah, it's very handy. And then once you're done with it, you can delete it, do what you will with it, but it's a little bit easier than having to jump back and forth between here, and you can even print this out if you want to. I know I like hard copy, so printing it out works great, and then I can just match it with my Shaklee list as well. Okay, so that covers that part. We talked about what's coming up, and does everybody remember the process of sharing the webinars? So 2 ways you can share. You can copy the link or share directly to Facebook. And sharing it to Facebook, again, will open it up in a new tab where you can pick where you want to share it to. That's definitely not the picture. Here's one thing too, while I'm here, this does happen. So who here has noticed that sometimes the image just doesn't match what the content is? Pam put up her hand. Yes, it happens. The reason it happens is because we use the exact same link for every single webinar. So for all the wellness webinars, it's the same link. For all the wealthy webinars, it's the same link. And when you use that link on Facebook and there's a specific image, now I'm not sure why my picture is showing up there, but that's okay. So if that's the case, all you have to do is look up Facebook, and I might even have it in here because I looked for it. Look up Facebook Debugger, and it'll be the sharing debugger, Facebook for developers. It's usually the top search result. And then you'll have this link right here where you can take, where did it go? Where you can take this link. Actually, you know what I do? Because there's different things in there because it's going to Facebook at the same time. So if we go to the debugger, how many of you have your wellness webinar and wealthy webinars bookmarked? If you don't have them bookmarked, I highly recommend you bookmark them underneath your YFP tab for your internet. If you're not sure how to do that, reach out to one of the elves. They'll help you with it. It's extremely handy. So with this, I can just right-click copy because I have all of my links saved, and you're going to paste your webinar link in there. And by the way, it'll be whatever your base URL is, /wealthy-webinar every single time. You go debug, And see, my picture's still not the same, so we're going to scrap it. We'll just go, and it might have to scrap it again. You might have to scrap it a few times. I'm not sure why my picture's showing up there, but there we go. So you might have to scrap it a couple times and just use that scrap button until you get the image that you're looking for. So now it's all good. You can close that and then just close this guy. Or you should be able to, hold on, cancel that. You should be able to refresh. Yes, reload. And it should change all on its own, okay? So that debugger tool is extremely handy. I will put it in the business chat for those of you in the business chat. If you're not in the business chat, I will also post it in the, where you're seeing it right there. I will also post it in the replay for Marketing Monday in the group. So if you do have that challenge, because it will happen from time to time, that's just the memory in Facebook saying this, you know, that's not, this is the image that's supposed to be with it, not this one. And you just have to remind it that, no, we changed the image. And that's how you do it. So again, if you can't find it, you just look up Facebook debugger and it'll show up for you. So I hope that was helpful too. So then same thing. So once you've got it to where you want it to be, once my mouse moves, there we go. Pick where you want to post it. If you want to send it in a private message, however you want to promote it, and then post and bang the drum, because this is going to be a phenomenal webinar. Okay, let me go back to my dashboard. And I think that about covers what's happening this week, right? Oh, that's the other thing that we got to cover too, is for those of you in Networkers University, or for those of you who are not, just a reminder that the Instagram Academy starts this week on Thursday at 8:30 p.m., which is the 27th. And if you're not part of Networkers University yet, and you would like to be, if you come up to your slider, there's the register for Networkers University, which right now there's a great special on the onboarding. And depending on what your plan is, the system will put the appropriate deal on yours. That's a good question, Patricia. Patricia wants to know how long each of those IG sessions are going to be. It's going to depend on what we're talking about. Some are be longer than others. I'm aiming for about an hour for each session. Some might be longer, some might be shorter, but on average, they'll be about an hour. There's just some specific topics that are going to take a little bit more time to cover because they're a little bit more intricate. So you can definitely bank on at least an hour for them. And I'm really excited to share that info too. It's going to be a great class, and I think you guys will be able to take a lot of good info away from it. And not just info, but strategy too. We are going to focus on strategy with Instagram. Okay, I think that about covers what's happening this week. There is another product demo. If you've been catching the product demos, I've been doing them at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. And we cover, well, like last week, we covered how to go through your email broadcast. I can't remember what I'm doing this week. I can't remember, but we'll keep you guys posted on that. And other than that, it is a very short window for the announcement, but at the same time, you'd be surprised how many people will jump on those last minute things. So if you haven't done it yet, this is a good time to get her done. All right, so I think that covers us for Marketing Monday. I just want to thank you all for joining me. I hope you're excited. Again, if you want to, if you have any questions about the social funnels, if you'd like to be more a part of it, whether you want to utilize it or if you want to actually share your story, again, reach out to either Maura or myself. So reach out to Maura if it's wellness focused. Reach out to myself if it is business focused, and then we can answer any questions and set up your day that you would want to either share. And yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. Very excited about it. It's the Networkers University program. The one that we're doing this time is the Instagram Academy for Network Marketers. But LaRue, we also cover a wide range of topics depending on I mean, we've covered everything from Facebook prospecting to how to use OneNote to keep your business in line, to LinkedIn, to newspaper ads. So if you're in Networkers University, you get access to all of them. And if you're in Networkers University, you also get access to any of the new ones. So, all right, we'll see you all later, folks. Have a wonderful week and keep going with your team up. I'm excited to hear any of your stories and how it's all going. Take care, everybody.